My name is THATO Kashe from South Africa, owner of Rural Records. Tonight, catch me live on the Silbon Sidia show, talking everything about feel-good music. Again, don't miss out as we cross the Atlantic. Yeah.
Go. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the late one. Cross the Atlantic with yours truly, Silburn Sidiel. And I must say, while we're traveling to South Africa tonight, we encountered some sort of turbulence. And as a result of that, we weren't able to connect immediately because, the Wi-Fi thing as you travel. So, but definitely, I now have Mr. THATO KASHE, who is my guest tonight, because on Saturdays, what I try to do is go across the Atlantic, where I've had persons who are from different places or are not in the UK, and just trying to hear their story and talking about Black excellence as well. And tonight, what I have is Mr. THATO KASHE. AKA FARMBOY, jazz trained graduate of a high caliber music composer, producer, recording artist, sound engineer with skill and well experienced, 100% reliable and professional music. And what I say, it is fresh. Years ago I used to do the rapping song. I always say, pour the people in the place to be. I'm fresh. Udra fresh, Silburn fresh. And here we go. But before I go any further, let me take myself out of the equation because I'm not the star of the show. The star of the show is Mr. AKA FARMBOY, Mr. THATO KASHE. How are you doing, sir?
Good evening, Silvan, and viewers there in UK and South Africa and around the clock. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm here.
Well, I tell you what, I've never been to Africa, yes? But one of the beautiful things about Africa is that the music brings Africa to us.
Mm-hmm.
And the essence of that is what is so rich. THATO. And THATO, I'm really privileged to have this discussion with you because when I met you, and I find it very great, like what you did. You reached out to me and said, share my music. And I listened to your music and I said, no, I'll do better. I want to interview you on my show.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, and as a result of that, I've got a few persons in the UK who have listened to your music and they say, wow, like a gentleman named Coach Chris Brown, who is going to be on later or so. So tell us about yourself. Go for it. It is your time to shine. Well, you're always shining, but shining more.
Hi, South Africans. Hi, the UKians. My name is THATO, like Silvan said. I come from rural areas around South Africa in a small town called Krokoland.
Yes.
I do music professionally. Like you said earlier on that I'm a composer, I'm a producer, I'm a sound engineer, and I can play a couple of live instruments as well. And my music is a fresh take.
Yes.
It can cover both young and old equally.
And when you say it is fresh, what are you saying when you say it is fresh?
It's something authentic. As you know, lately in the industry, especially I don't know in UK and other worlds. I will speak on behalf of my country, which is South Africa, that most of the time I've observed based on my experiences that if something, if a certain genre comes out,
Yes.
like lately where I get to work, you'll find everyone find it cool to follow.
Mm.
So I stick to my authenticity. That's why my music is, I call it a fresh take.
Yes. Yes.
Mm,
Tell us the style of music that you do, because in my intro I
yes,
played that song there which you had,
yes,
um, and there's a song I can't remember it, but it's a South African song. They use it
yes,
in a commercial, and
yes,
at one point the guy's on the horse. You know that.
yes,
I don't know
yes.
if at one point the guy's on the horse, and anyway it's a lovely track, and it what it does and what the music do is actually it touches you in the soul.
Mhm.
uh, tell us about the type of music that you do. I think you said, I say jazz or something like that.
Or let me start by saying I normally tell people whenever I go perform live that I'm an old soul in a young man's body. As
Yes.
you can look at me, you will think I'm 16, but I'm very old,
Yes.
39 years old. So my music is matured. I play stuff that people think it's for older people or maturer people this side of South Africa. That's why I'll normally say I'm an old soul in a young man's body. So my music, by calling it a fresh take or calling it's a fresh music, it means I cater sounds that I believe the world has never had before.
Yes.
Yes,
And on that basis, then what you're trying to do now is to get this music to the worldwide world.
yes, yes, that's true.
Well, well, here's Chris Brown, who's one of your fans. You don't know of him, but he's in the UK.
hmm I know the guy because I know I've listened to some of his work,
Ah,
uh, though I can't specifically say this or that, but I know the guy.
okay, okay. Oh yeah, he's a coach there. So what is happening is that you're building a sort of movement in regards to that. Now tell us about I want to get into the music, but I also want to get into you as
hmm
to South Africa at
Yes.
this point. You're presently in Johannesburg, yes?
hmm
Um,
Correct.
but tell us a bit about South Africa to the point where you are now. What is it like with the apartheid movement? I mean, which was happening before. What's the new South Africa like?
South Africa, to my point of view, it's a beautiful country
Mm,
with beautiful people around, beautiful languages, beautiful cultures, beautiful everything.
yeah,
So far, it has never been easy. As you know, in life in general requires one to have almost everything that is rooted deeply into morals and cultures. So, from being born rural and now staying in one of the big cities around, it has never been an easy journey, including the entertainment career that I follow. It has never been easy, but I knew from how I was raised to say um, life has endless opportunities, and you can be anything you want to be. It doesn't matter where you're from
yes,
UK or you're from London or you're from South Africa. You can be anything that you want to be.
and it's
So
fresh, and it is fresh.
I'm telling you, South Africa is a beautiful country, and I'm hoping one of these days you'll pay specifically me, a visit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that's good. And have you made any travels as yet?
No, not yet. But I've been in countries like Botswana, Lesotho, just neighboring countries so
Hmm.
far.
Yeah,
Yeah. So me coming to you and asking for this opportunity that we're having right now, it was to say to you and those who are watching, I would love to send a message personally with my melodies to the world.
mm.
Yes.
And what is your, people do many things in order to expound or expand their passion, their vision. Some do
Yes.
music, some do art. Um, what is your primary goal with music? What is it that you want to touch? You may have said it before, but I just want to zero into that. What is it you want to touch? The people that you want to touch, the message that you want to bring, Theta.
Or personally, as I went through some of the notes and written stuff from great people who came before me, I found that they describe music as a language understood by everyone. Everyone understands music. It can be in my Sesotho language as I'm a Sotho speaking person. Uh, if the emotions and melodies can talk to you and you can understand, though you don't understand the language itself
Hmm.
from the lyrics, but the melodies and the emotions can connect easily to you. And let me rather say, for an example, you'll be feeling, someone will be feeling depressed, or someone will be feeling not well by that moment. And instantly listening to one of the beautiful songs that they love, it will easily calm their nerves or make them happy or remind them of something beautiful that they needed at that point in time. So my message is to say, I would love to connect with different cultures and different people, and the message will be one. Uh, just it could be on the healing side, or it can be on the excellency side that we have been talking about earlier as well.
Mm.
That's all. Touching people's souls, healing them, making them happy, making them dance, making them anything that they could be at that point in time.
And what would you say has been your greatest influence in the sense of persons? Is it strictly South African, or is the fusion? Because as what Chris has just said, I
Yes,
listened to what he said here. I listened to Theta's music. I hear a fusion in his music. Is he correct?
yes, he is. Remember, I'm a jazz trained musician. So what I do is I will take some few stuff from hip hop, and I'll take some few stuff from jazz, and I'll take some few stuff from house music, and combine them together. You'll find the lyrics like the song that you're playing on our poster there as an
Yeah,
advertisement. Uh, the vibe wants you to dance,
yeah.
but the lyrics are literally religious ones.
So you're like a doctor.
Correct.
You're
You,
like a
you,
you're like a doctor where you bring things from all different sector to
mhm,
fix the whole man or something like that, whereby you take this there, that there, and then you create your own style.
correct. I'm
And
actually operating as a laboratory.
as a what?
But a laboratory.
Okay, so your
Yes.
space is like a laboratory whereby you doctor the music to a certain extent and you create that
If
newness.
if you need rehab, you come and I'll sort you out. That's how
um,
my
yeah,
music operates.
yeah, someone from Uganda says, I'm from Uganda and frequent South Africa. I am frequent fly to the island Jamaica too. I notice a similarity between South African with Jamaican similarity in determination. You know, I love both nations. You know,
correct.
has Jamaica been an influence?
Mhm. I would say yes because I've got around five elder brothers who came before me, and they are all Rastafarians.
Yeah, man.
So I grew up listening and watching them listening to reggae music from the likes of Peter Tosh. I can't remember others because
Bob
I
Marley.
was yes, I was not that fan of reggae, but I grew up seeing them and listening to the music.
Now, I must say, Theto, the richness of music and the richness of culture. There's
Yes,
a song that Bob Marley sing that talks about Rasta man live up.
yes, correct.
Unfortunately, I can't play it because if I play it, Facebook and YouTube is gonna come down on me as a copyright infringement.
Oh,
It is now one of my favorite music by Bob Marley, and
mhm.
it's a Rasta man live up. And
Yes.
in one of the verses, it says, don't forget your culture.
Mhm.
Don't forget your culture. Culture is so embodied in music to a certain extent, and
Yes,
people reach out to music to experience culture, and that's
yes.
how many people may have experienced even South Africa at this moment now and before
Mhm.
with the music. Maria Makiba, is that correct?
Yes, Miriam Makeba, yes.
Yes. You know,
Mhm.
and therefore I sense that you're on this journey as well to ensure that the richness and the spirit of South Africa reaches wide.
Yes, correct.
You know, and that is powerful. So tell me now, what was your sort of what is it like growing up in South Africa now?
It's fantastic so far because, like I said earlier, growing up was easy. As you know, everyone will grow up under their motherly love and their fatherly love and, and other elders who came before. So they made it easy for me to choose who I am today because maybe I should say this. Um, a friend of mine was reminding me as he travels a lot as we come to the studio now. He said, uh, based on his experience, he could observe. We grew up together at the farm. So he said this uh, when he travels to overseas many times, he
Yes,
observed that there's huge differences between the farm around the US or overseas in general and the farms around where I come from. Because, like now, we've got electricity, but where I come from, we still go fetch wood. We still use wood from
yes,
the jungle. We still depend on the milk from the cows on wild veggies, on chickens as well. So I would say sticking on the cultures, it's very, very, very important. And it made it easy for me to grow up and to choose the career that I'm in now. It was easy. It was easy to be honest.
so what you're actually saying is now that you're breathing and living that life as a jazz specialist, and I want to ask you, what is Farm Boy? Tell us about Farm Boy, aka Farm Boy.
I would say it's a kind of a motto I use so that I cannot forget about my roots, where
Yeah,
I was born, even though I stay in the cities now. But it's something that always reminds me of where I come from.
yes.
And one of the wisest men said, if you know where you're coming from, it will be easier for you to know where you're going. So, farm boy, it's a nickname for me, representing my roots.
Mm. You
I
got a
was
radio
born.
station, yeah, yeah, yeah. You got a radio station, isn't it?
There's a couple of them around. Yes.
Okay, okay. Tell us about the radio station so people can tune in. Can we tune into it from the UK?
Not here. You can tune it. I think from the live streaming. Yes. To correct that, you can tune in. Like I've worked with few radio stations around Johannesburg and my hometown. I'm not sure if I should say the names here or should I give you the names on WhatsApp.
Yeah, yeah. You can. Yeah,
Is it
after
safe
that.
to
Yeah.
come again?
No, you can maybe do it after if you're not too sure. In regards to that, it's up to you. I'm
Yeah.
cool.
Okay, I will mention few because I earlier on I was on an interview with one from one of the provinces of Limpopo. The radio station is called EITA. EITA meaning that's how we greet as youngsters this side.
Yeah,
EITA, all have you heard that?
nature.
EITA, come again?
How do you pronounce it? What is that?
EITA.
Okay,
It's,
okay.
yeah, but it's written EITA FM. It's
Yeah,
EITA FM.
yes.
So they said I could give them a shout out during this interview. So I think I should be free to say EITA FM is one of the radio stations you could tune on from their live streams on social networks.
Yep.
Kaya FM, I've been working with them. It's KAYAFM. Kaya. Kaya means home.
Okay.
It's a Zulu name. Means
What
home.
What is Limpopo?
Limpopo is a province. One of the
Okay.
provinces around. Yes.
Well,
It's spelled LIMPOPO.
well,
Limpopo. Limpopo.
well, well, one of the commentators here on the side, they're showing off that they know about South Africa. So accurate. and
Yes.
Akira, and she's saying Kaya FM.
Yes.
Kaya FM, she said, yeah. Well, we got some support here. I tell you why I'm doing this. Tato, I'm doing this because I believe that every person have a platform which God has blessed them with.
Yes.
And I believe the ultimate
Yes.
platform that God has blessed people with is themselves. Right?
Correct.
Okay, I may have this platform here which I've created over the few years, but I believe
Yes.
before that platform was able to be created, I had to become myself a vessel to be used to share and to bless people as much as possible. And
Yes.
you're a blessing because what I pick up from you and why I know you go very far, and I was speaking to Coach Chris Brown about you, is the fact that you're very humble and you're very appreciative.
Thank you.
And by virtue of that, Chris, myself, and other persons, we've been thinking about you, the way you did that video to support, because I wanted to do a video to say, come watch the show. And when I look, you sent me that video, and I said, wow, this guy's awesome, man. This guy helped me with my job. You know what I mean? In the sense of that, So I've got to ask you this question: what's your faith? Are you a spiritual person? Are you a Christian? Whatever.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes, I grew up in Christian church. I used to play hymns like nobody's. Even though I had to find myself in church because of work, because in this industry you find I need to work on Sundays. From growing up, my mom and my dad used to gather us together before they leave to work in the morning. We will just make the Lord's Prayer. Just the Lord's Prayer. Nothing much, nothing less. Even in the afternoon before we go to bed, they will gather us together and to say, let us pray.
Yeah.
And I think when I was going to secondary school, I fell in love with the Christian church. So, because I needed to know how to play music and to be exposed to other musicians and other worlds outside the several areas. Um, the church didn't have anyone to play. And I went there and like, I can talk to people. Like I approached you, I
Yeah.
approached the priest there and said, look, sir, I know I may look young, but these are my interests. I want to know how to play piano. Can I come and be the church piano? I couldn't even play that much,
Yeah.
but he agreed, like you agreed. I think I've got that connectivity in me that can connect me easily to people. The
Yes.
pastor agreed and said, and introduced me the first Sunday that, oh, here's the young man who will be playing for the church. And I couldn't even play a majority of the hymns. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
So they got a piano for me. But actually, this thing of music in me, it comes from my father and my three elder sisters. They were musicians. They were playing guitars and singing. So I went extra miles in learning more
Yeah.
instruments than them. Yes. So
Do you,
I'm very spiritual.
do you know, I believe that people sometimes buy people more. You know, people can all have music and great music, but people buy people more when they understand what people are. Chris Brown said something here. Coach Chris Brown said, I noticed Tatso play. Come on, Chris, you got to get his name right, man. It's Theta. Theta, Chris. Don't worry. Played gospel track with a female lead singer, and he's asking, what's your message in your music? That's what Coach Chris Brown is asking there. What's your message in your music?
Um, because I connect my emotions, and the other thing is I'm not that talkative person.
Yes. Really?
I think
You're not that talkative. So I was teasing you.
let me shock you. This is my first in a television interview.
Oh, wow.
I shocked myself. I don't know if you saw the message I sent you earlier
I saw it.
after I spoke to my mom.
Your mother, yes.
Because most of the time I think there's so many voices around us that we listen to that they deprive us from stepping out of the box and reaching out to our goals. I know I grew up having the love of television and radio, but
Yeah.
I ended up playing music only. So I'm trying to connect back to my true self to say, as much as I do music and I love music, but I want to be in front of cameras. I'm even having this thing of becoming a comedian one day, and I know I'm going to practice in my shower while bathing
Yeah.
until I get there. So I am very spiritual and emotional person. So I think my message will be I will want to tell stories that I have inside of me.
Mm.
Uh, Either based on my background and things happening around us as people and as an individual myself, and everything that involves the true life.
You know,
So
you know,
I can't specifically say this is the message I'm sending
yes,
because I
yes,
can be a healing to somebody. I
yes.
remember this other guy from Twitter. He said, "Man, your music is spiritual." In my inbox, just like that. I don't know him. I was just busy sharing my songs on Twitter, and he went inbox and said, "Your music is very emotional," and I could agree because I know when I compose or play, I connect with my emotions.
And tell me, the instrument that you play, because you don't, do you sing?
I cannot sing. I wish I could, but I can help somebody to sing.
I like that. I cannot sing. No, so so that brings up the whole doctor bit now, whereby you play the bass.
Yeah, correct.
Yes, but is it possible? I don't know, because you're talking about me, about talking to me earlier about someone singing with your. I don't know. Is that possible? Because the lady who is in the that music there, that we use as who is a person?
It's not the lady actually. This guy is
Okay.
uh, I think you and others who are watching now could confirm this. The guy who's singing on that song is actually Zahara, the greatest South African musician.
Oh wow.
So
Well, it's a good thing that you're talking to us, so I don't go back and say that there's a lady singing. You're educating ourselves. Is
oh yes, I know because I remember first time when I've shared the song to radio stations that played it. They would ask, "Who is this lady who's singing?" And I will correct it quickly to say, "No, it's not a lady. Actually, it's a guy."
yes,
And the guy is it's Mr. Mojalefa Tebe,
yes.
Zahara's producer.
Can you play anything for us, or we get a singer or something like that? Is there anything possible we could do?
Yes, we can play one of the songs. I actually surprised you because I remember we never had a talk about the performance, but I felt that you're giving the opportunity to me. So I'm your boss for today. Yes, so I thought it would be nice to play something for the viewers. As the very same track I'll be trying to hustle with my sister here to see if the sound I'm bringing as to say it's smooth jazz because I love fusing around different genres. I can play
Yeah,
hip hop. I'll show you one of the live performances I did with
we
one.
could do a rap competition. I love hip hop too.
I saw you were rapping, so I will share some few things to do. You will see I'm very versatile. So we prepared a song with one of the artists I'm working with. We can play that if that's
Yeah, we can. I mean, we don't know how it will come across, but at least we can hear the vocal, or we can get the melody of South Africa and right in the heart of the UK and the world. Why not?
Mhm.
I'm sure Keisha, I'm sure Accra wouldn't mind. I'm sure Lebohang Mokoke, Chris
Yes.
Brown won't mind. And hello, that is Tiniko. How are you, Tiniko?
I am well, thanks. And yourself?
Fantastic, fantastic. And thank you guys so much for bringing South Africa to us via the screen. And I'd love to hear what you guys have to share with us today.
Okay.
Just to let you know, one of the persons are saying, please play something for us.
Actually, we're gonna play and the lady will sing. The
Okay.
unfortunate part is I couldn't bring my guitar because it was quick to connect with you. So my home is far where the guitar is. I couldn't get it, but we've arranged something with there. You'll tell us if we play now or later.
Well, I tell you this: as you're the doctor, you're the surgeon, and you're the consultant. Those guys don't really do anything much. They just tell people what to do, go there, you know what I mean, and fixing together, you know. So
Oh,
no, no, let me hear it. Let's hear how it sounds, and then we take it from there, and then
okay,
yeah.
cool. Mr. Engineer, okay. Sorry about that.
That's okay. That's okay.
Nice
You want me
and-
to rap in the meantime? I can rap in the meantime, and or Timiko can do a little humming, give a little prelude.
How does it sound? The song called Chimwemwe. Chewa language.
Okay. Okay, fantastic. Yeah. Can, yeah. Without the music, can we hear Timiko singing just a bit there?
Lovely.
Yeah. Even the first part. Wonderful. Hey, hey, hey. That's great. You know, as you know, the singer by the name of Drake. You know that singer called Drake.
Mm-hmm.
He has this song. I love Drake, but not the one where he's doing all the expletives. But he has this song called "Starting from the Bottom to the Top." You know, starting
Yeah.
from the bottom to the top, and everything
Mm-hmm.
starts from somewhere. That's the most important thing, because even in the creation of the heaven and the earth, God said, "Let there be light." He started.
Mm-hmm.
God said, "Let there be." He created man, and then after he created man, he said, "That's my boy. I'm going to give him a woman, man." So he created woman, and
Yes.
then that was the beginning, and then
Mm-hmm.
we are all here as a result of that. So therefore, I foresee in not so long from now we'll be having some massive link up. Maybe when you're in the UK, and where it will be so clear where you can hear Timuko and and having this awesome thing. Um, you got some applause here. You're getting the applause coming through. Keisha is saying Tin Yiko has a beautiful voice, beautiful soothing rhythm. Yep.
Yeah.
So we've got to get you, Tin
Thank you.
Yiko.
Thank you.
Yeah, Timiko, we got to interview you next. Where what's your drive? Keisha's giving you applause. Chris Brown is actually saying David was recognized by Saul for his talent of music that God put in him. Keep on, and
Correct.
and Timiko,
Yes.
beautiful voice, accurate, amen. And I think this
Thank you.
this is really beautiful, guys. I think you guys are stepping into somewhere. Um, I want to ask you, Theta, is I'm giving you the last word to say, what is it? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? With God blessing, and irrespective of restrictions, irrespective of COVID, irrespective of pandemic, irrespective of borders, where
Mm-hmm.
do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Um, I will actually be in a position to say I would help at least around 15 or 20 artists that will be working with me. Because I'll tell you what, I met Tinico on 2015. I was called in one of the programs run by Tobet Theatre. It's a youth development through music. and
Yes.
us in general. So I was called to be a judge, but I ended up arranging some of the band's music and hers as well. That's how we got met since 2015. Only this year I approached and to say, I still remember the song that we're presenting now was played at the theater 2015.
Yeah.
I'll be arranging the song and making it available to the world. I should be standing in a position of traveling around the world, sharing the good news through melodies.
Yes.
That's all I'll be doing. And I'll be standing in a position of helping others whom I know from based on my background, the rural background, that we have so much hidden talent around townships and around farms and around rural areas in general.
Yes.
But like you were saying, we should look beyond the obstacles and against all the odds. A wise man once said, if you want to reach to the other side and it happens that the mountain becomes your hindrance, why
Yeah.
don't you go around so that you can reach to your destination? I believe there will be many opportunities like this one that you offered me today.
Yes.
And with such platform, I can easily reach to many ears. I can easily reach to the world. So, in 5 years, if we operating in this way, I should be far way better than I am today.
Well, I want to say that just a few of the comments. I like to get people's comments in. Betchan, Betjane said African language are soothing. Uh,
Mhm.
Keisha is asking, where can we get this music? I suppose YouTube. The contact details that you sent to me in
Yes,
your bio, can I put that up here?
yes, you can, Father.
You can see it here. It's going across Theta Cell, email, farmboybase@gmail. That's okay.
Mhm.
Kia Cell. Yep,
Yes.
that's right. Email info@melodypublishing.com.
Mhm.
Okay, so that is running across there, so people can get that. Um,
Yes.
Akira Ariat says, please include country code in his contact telephone number for international callers. Okay. Someone just said I need to put your international code. Um, what Akira? I'm gonna ask Kurt. What's international code? What do I put in there? Just for the benefit now, while I'm here now. Oh,
Oh, it's +27.
+27 and 062. Is that it?
Yes. No, you cancel the zero. It the
Cancel.
zero
Yes,
it
cancel the
becomes
zero.
+27. Yes.
Yes, cancel the zero. Okay, I got it there.
All right.
Um, okay, let me just do this now. That's +27.
Six. Yes. Continue.
Yeah. Uh, keep talking while I sort this out. And just while I'm here, and the benefit of Timiko, Timiko, tell us about you, Timiko, a bit. While you're there.
I'm thinking of my name means gift. Um, I'm from Pretoria, born and bred in Pretoria, South Africa.
Yes.
I'm a preschool teacher by day and a musician by night. I and I sing. I sing Afro jazz. I like to keep my music traditional. I'm interested in heritage preservation, and that's me.
Yes. Yes. That's awesome. Well, I'm grateful for both of you, and thank you also, Theto. Because what you're doing, you're passing the baton, just as though the platform
Yes.
that I offered to yourself. You also, without without contemplating, you've also
Mhm.
offered that same platform to your colleague there as well. So you're just
Yes.
passing the baton down. I was listening to Denzel Washington,
Yes.
or it was Chadwick Boseman, Chadwick, the
Yes.
Black Panther, and they
Mhm.
were having this conversation. Denzel Washington apparently paid for him many years
Oh,
ago.
yes,
And
I saw the
yeah,
video. Yes.
and Denzel didn't know that. When
Mm-hmm.
Denzel found out, Denzel said, "I need my money. I need my money back." He was just joking.
Yeah.
But Chadwick was really actually saying that the legacy of Denzel Washington and what he has done paved the way for him,
And
because
others.
because
Yes.
he played a part in the Black Panther movement at the same time. That's why I said there would be no Black Panther
Yes.
without Denzel Washington. Denzel
Mm-hmm.
Washington then said something which is very profound, and he
Mm-hmm.
said that he's finding himself amazed because he's right in the middle. There was Sidney Poitier before him, and now he's seeing these guys who are just shooting off ahead of him now. But what he said is that he had the baton, and he put the baton into like Chadwick and those guys' hands, but he's still running to making sure
Yeah.
that they go, you know. And I think that is one of the most important thing. And I think, um, Thato, what I see in your life is a person who is going to be passing the baton to people, and you're
That's
going to see
correct.
some, and you're going to see some people flourishing or even moving faster than you, but
Yes.
actually you're getting great joy out of seeing
Mm-hmm.
a person like Tinika flourishing.
Yes. Correct.
That's what I see, and that's why, because I tell you this, I do not just interview people just like that so quickly. I think about it and why,
Yes.
but there was no question as to why I needed to forge a bond with you
Mm-hmm.
in space of a week.
See, it's less than a week, I remember. I think it was around 3 to 4 days,
Yes,
and you responded back.
yes,
Yes.
yes.
Because I would say, hence earlier on I said, I easily know how to connect with you because let me tell you this. I've seen my parents helping strangers at home. They will
Yes,
just, my dad will just allow this man who he doesn't know to
yes,
and say, give this man food, allow him to sleep. Somebody whom you wouldn't know if you will kill or do any harm to one of the family. And in the morning, the person will be dead. And you will tell us that by doing so to others, you are in. I may not be investing on myself as your parent, but I know I'll be investing to you as my kids and
yes,
those who come.
yes,
So we rise by lifting others.
yes. And
That's
and
the basic truth.
and I tell you a secret. I tell you a secret that I have. I interview
Yes.
people I love when they're rising, so I rise with them.
I didn't get that
Yeah,
because of the connectivity.
yeah. I like to interview people when they're rising, so
Okay,
I rise with them,
that's perfect, my friend.
because I find it not very enriching or nurturing to me to try to get
Mhm,
somebody who is out there who is great and fantastic. That
mhm.
doesn't help me. What helps me and blesses me is somebody who is on the rise that nobody knows. But after my
Yes,
interview with them, everybody's go, wow. I mean, you're seeing what Keisha is saying, you see what Chris is saying, um, what other people are saying, and we are all positioned.
yes.
We're all positioned strategically. That's why I always
Mhm.
use this word strategically to help people, to take them to the
Correct.
next level. That I said this at the start of this year
Mm,
for my, what should I say, my resolution is that
mhm.
my resolution is to help somebody if I can help them.
Yes,
If I can
correct.
help them, to help them.
It's the same with me this side. I normally reach out to people or wherever I can help. I
Yeah.
will show you this thing. I know we didn't dig deep into it. Actually, I'm an aspiring farmer now because I checked that farming has a lot to do with me being born there, my cultures, my everything is a farm. So during the level 5, when the countries were in lockdown, we got a chance to meet up with the community who are still around that side of Centurion. We
Yes.
could give out to people in need of food. And the food were from one of the farm around there.
Mm.
The guy, I knew him as he works with lighting, and I work with sound. So I know him for very long. He said, "Look, man, me and my wife and my parents, we have vegetables around our family here
Yeah.
in Johannesburg. So I know you are from the farm. Can you come and we see what we can do?" And I went there, we picked vegetables, fresh vegetables. We approached Spa, and Spa gave us some food stuff, and we went delivering to the need. And I didn't expect the certificate. I was offered the certificate.
Yes.
You know, I ran inside the humble beginnings.
Yes.
So I think my humbleness get me to reach to the destinies that I wasn't expecting from the
It's,
beginning.
it's awesome. It's awesome. Before I go, I just want to make sure something. Akira, Harriet, Arika, can you just let me know if the numbers are going across well? Can you? I don't know if you're seeing the numbers going across. If the numbers are done properly. Um,
I cannot see because actually I'm not on the laptop. I'm sitting right in front of the camera,
yeah.
so I won't be able to see.
Yeah, but what you can do also is to come back on and comment and pass the details, and I'll also put the details here as well, so people can read.
Yes,
But one thing I want from you is this. It's all I want from you is feel free, like if you got a break or something is happening or some
hmm,
support, to come back, and we can always do a quick interview. So
okay.
so you're going to be my link man in South Africa.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
you know. Okay,
Oh,
somebody's saying yes. I'm seeing the numbers; they are correctly done. Okay, fantastic. Yeah, you're saying something else a while ago.
come again?
No, I thought you were going to say something when I interjected there.
Oh no, I thought maybe I was gonna say after the interview, I will go to your page and see if every details from my side is
Yes,
correct.
yes, yes.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So listen, we were going to do Instagram, but today's my mother's birthday in Jamaica.
Oh,
Yeah,
lovely.
yeah. So my sisters and family, we are planning something. So unfortunately, I can't touch the Instagram today. But listen, the world is ours. Within the oyster, there's your pearl, our pearl, and the sky is not the limit. The sky is the start. Listen, to this.
Mm-hmm.
The sky is not the limit. The sky is the
Yes, that's
start.
true.
I've changed it. I change up things. I like to change things, and it's like, and I don't go with the flow. Yeah, I don't go with the flow because when you go with the
Mm-hmm.
flow, you go with someone else's future. So I
I'm
go
not
with
going
the
to
flow,
tell
man.
you. Yes, yes, we need to speak more into the public about the black excellence.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes. Yes, the Black Excellence. Yes, I need to feature you on that program as well. The Black Excellence. That is awesome as well. And yeah, and if you can do a birthday track for my mother, that would be great. You can send it.
Oh, hey, my network is sorry about that.
Yeah, if you get
My
disconnected,
hey, network is bothering me this side
okay.
as well.
Don't worry. We're done now. We're done. We got
It's
everything. We got everything. We got everything. We got everything now. So we can say good night.
okay.
Yes, Tinika.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Take a good night because before the Wi-Fi cuts out on us, let us say good night properly.
Yeah.
And
Thank you
thank
for
you so
having
much.
me.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys, for coming on the show. And big up to South Africa as well. And Black Excellence is what I'm about, to demonstrate that we don't have to beg anything. We don't have to beg anything. We have it, and we can actually build ourselves, empower ourselves economically, spiritually, culturally. Simple as that.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I've said this. I've said this all the while. Life is not that complicated.
Mm-hmm.
We make it complicated.
That's true.
That's my last word. What's your last word? I'll give it to you. The last word.
I'll say to the world, uh, God gave us only one life, not a bad life, not a good life. It's up to every individual to choose if your life will be good or bad. Mwah.
And of course, you have to let the lady say something. Tiniko, what's your last word?
My last words are, let's teach the children. Whatever we do, whatever good thing that we're trying to do as Black people as a whole, let's teach the children. And then we'll see the real growth.
Fantastic. And the last words from some of the viewers is saying, good night, we need to hear more. Akira says, uh, we need flight directs from the Caribbean to the motherland, Africa. um, Amen. That is the way to go. Chris Brown says, good stuff. You know, Ariel says, excellence, great, great. And as well, someone, Betcham says, I think they have load shedding currently. Okay, no problem there. We're going now. And yep, that's it. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Peace out.
Cheers.
Yeah, don't go. Don't go. You stay there. Okay. I will just
Okay.
I'll just log out and have a quick chat with you after. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you so much for joining tonight with my guest, Mr. THATO Kashe, and with Tiniko as well. And we are grateful for the opportunity as we link with South Africa. As I said, one of the beautiful things that I like to do is to find new people, engage with new people, and showcase new talents, showcase new personalities. When I started the Silburn Show 2015 with a red chair, it was
Yeah.
simple with four strands to inspirational, motivational, educational,
Correct.
and entertaining. And the
Mhm.
whole essence of that was simple to actually, once I speak to someone or speak to another person or so on that chair, people will say, wow, I didn't know. And it could be that person next door. And they say, wow, I didn't know. Just like that 13-year-old boy that we had on last night.
Yes.
Yeah, 13 years of age, and people saying, wow. To the point that I said to myself, when I grow up, I want to be like him. Because we're all learning something from this 13-year-old boy, and it's a humility. It's a humbling experience to do that, to put yourself to want to learn from a 13-year-old boy. But
Yes.
but wisdom, as in the Bible, that when everybody was having a go at Job, and this young man said he wanted to say something, and he said, "Let me speak, let me speak." That's what the young boy said. Let me speak, because age is something, but wisdom, the inspiration that comes from God, is another as well. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for coming on. Like and subscribe to the Silburn Show on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and any other person call themselves Silburn. They're a fake alternative fact, and they're not real. I'm the only Silburn in the world. I'm Silburn. Thank you very much, and have a good night. Peace out, guys. Okay, stay there. Let me just say thank you for your guests. Perfectly said. So inspirational. We need